All right, guys, this is another episode for our YouTube channel, The Planeswalker Coach. Thank you for joining us. I want to show you guys this deck today. This deck is called Activate Advantage. Activate is one of those mechanics, I guess, that you can call it. It's a very powerful mechanic. You'll see what it does here. It's one of those that we've had since the very beginning, so if you've played this for any amount of time, you're probably familiar with the Activate ability here. And it says here, you can see it for yourself, Pyromancer Goggles, activate 3. Basically, anytime you smash those activate gems, you connect those gems or you destroy them in any way, you can use this ability here, right? So for the Pyromancer Goggles, it says activate 3 anytime you destroy one of those activate tokens or activate bubbles, those gems. It says fetch the next spell from your library to your hand. The last spell you control in your hand is free. Basically what this one is going to do is if you are able to destroy those gems that have the activate ability on it, you're going to be able to launch this card here, Meeting of the Five. Meeting of the Five is the only spell in this deck here. And the reason for that is because every single time we smash one of those gems, those activate gems, we want to pull Meeting of the Five. That's the whole point of this deck here. Now, to help us to destroy those activate gems, what we will be doing here is using Elspeth Sun's Champion. Elspeth Sun's Champion has an amazing ability here. It's called Solar Power. It destroys 4 activated gems. Alright, so you destroy the 4 activated gems, those will be triggered, and as I mentioned, the only activate gems that we have in this deck will be from Pyromancer Goggles. So really, you could have 3 Pyromancer Goggles activate gems on the board every single turn, and every single turn, if you're able, you can hit this Solar Power ability. What that will do is it will launch this Meeting of the Five 3 times every single turn if you can set it up, and I'll show you how to set it up. Alright, really quick, what does the Meeting of the Five do? It says fetch the first 3 different cards with exactly 3 colors from your library. Those cards gain full mana. Now, what we're trying to do with this particular deck is we're trying to get the Pyromancer Goggles down. We're trying to get the Meeting of the Five launched as many times as we can during the course of play. And it will help you to get the cards that have 3 colors, right? Tamayo Field Researcher is one, Rocco Cabaretti's Caterer is another, and Broker's Ascendancy is the third one. So you'll be able to pull these 3. Those are important. I'll show you why. The Tamayo Field Researcher, it says at the beginning of your turn, if this support has 7 or more shields, all cards in your hand gain full mana. That's awesome. We want to have tons and tons of free things, and this is going to help us get that. We also will have here the Rocco card. This one is a good card. Cabaretti's Caterer is the rest of the title. So Rocco's Cabaret Caterer, this one basically, it will allow you to pull a creature from your deck, any creature that you decide, and it's going to be able to put a certain amount of mana down on that creature. And the amount of mana depends on how much mana you store up here in the stored mana. Alright, this is one of those that's going to definitely help us to get creatures down. Broker's Ascendancy, this is a really good one. At the end of your turn, each creature you control gets +1/+1. Vanguard supports you control gain +1 shield, and you gain a loyalty point. Alright, so that's kind of the whole point of this deck. Launch the Meeting of the Five as many times as you can. What we're hoping for is to get this Faithbound Judge out. This one is going to help us because if we get this guy into our graveyard at some point and match white, what you'll see is by matching white, you'll get the Sinner's Judgment token. Sinner's Judgment, of course, helps you to get a ton of loyalty. This is going to help you to be able to launch that ability that Elspeth has, this one, Solar Power, every single turn. Okay, so that's what we're trying to go for. That's basically it. That's what we really need to know with this deck. A couple of other things, when we have Rocco out, if the opponent has a monster or a creature or whatever that we want to destroy, we have some options here. Circle of Confinement. We also have this option, Brutal Cathar. This is a good one. This one helps you to destroy creatures, okay? So kind of think of this as a creature, but also think of it as a removal creature spell, right? Can exile target opposing creature as soon as this guy gets into the battlefield. All right. That should be it. Let's take a look at this deck in action. Alright guys, so what we're trying to do here in this deck is show you how the Meeting of the Five works. Okay, we got a Meeting of the Five out here already. Alright, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we get some good gameplay and you guys can see how this deck will work. Koth is nasty. Koth is one of those really good planeswalkers that you can tell there's a theme to Koth. He's got this ability to be really, really fast and really, really dangerous. So we're going to have to destroy those red gems as fast as we can. Make sure that Koth is not able to use those for himself, because that's how he gets his really, really great ability to go fast. There we are. Meeting of the Five is out. So is Faithbound Judge and Rocco. Okay, so who do I want to play? I think we'll go with Brutal Cathar. Tamile the Field Researcher is out. Alright, there you see the Broker's Ascendancy card buffing our creatures. The Faithbound Judge here is really good. It's one of those that can do some blocking, as you can see with the Defender ability. And he has this ability to prevent damage. So that's really, really helpful. Alright, let's draw a card. Rite of Harmony. That's a really nice card. It's going to help us to get more cards into the hand. Tell you what, we'll go like this. Now, one thing I want to point out is this first ability here, Summon Sun Soldier. This is a nice one. You can summon 4 of these 1/1 soldier tokens. That in itself is not huge, but it has this Exert ability. Exert 6 will pretty much put down a gem on the board that's got a countdown, and the countdown starts from 6, goes down to 0. When it hits 0, it activates this ability here, which will destroy the opponent's first creature. So I'll do that. The reason I'm kind of doing that is I would like to fill up my creatures on this board here, and I do want to play Brutal Cathar at some point, and what we're going to do is we're going to play him over the Faithbound Judge. Reason being is we want to send the Faithbound Judge into the graveyard because it's a lot more effective if it helps us to gain all that loyalty, which it will do. Okay, Brutal Cathar here. That sends the Faithbound Judge into the graveyard, which is awesome. Intrepid Adversary, this is a good one. This is one I'm not going to play yet. It's going to give us a really strong buff, which I think we'll use a couple of turns from now to win this game. But you can kind of see, as I click on it later, what it does. It's very, very strong. It's one of those that you can totally make an entire deck around. Alright, continuing on, we'll draw the card. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll turn all these guys off. And this doesn't look like it's going to be a great big turn, but that's okay. We'll go with this. We like to power up that over here. That's good for some defense. Alright, we're making some moves. This will have 7. If they don't match it or it doesn't lose anything by the end of next turn, we'll be able to use it. Alright, so the opponent has put down that werewolf that destroys stuff, right? The same one that I have. This is why I was hoping to hold on to this, right? This is the Exert 6 ability here. I'm going to match it, and what it's going to do is it's going to kill the first creature that the opponent has, right? So this guy here. Alright, now that being said, I think what we'll do is we'll turn this off. I'm thinking there's a way that we can win this turn, maybe. So we'll see. First things first, let's go with this. Try to load up the hand here. Alright. After that, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is launch the Intrepid Adversary. I'm not going to do the math, but this might be done this turn. It says, when this creature enters the battlefield, you may drain all mana from your hand and graveyard. If you do, this card's level is increased by the amount of mana drained this way. While on the battlefield, your other creatures get +X+X. X is equal to this card's level. Basically, we're going to launch this guy right now. He's going to drain all the mana from the hand. You see everything is fully paid off because of the Tamile Field Researcher. What that's going to do is after the hand is drained, it's going to calculate all the amount of mana that we have in the hand. And at that point, it's going to turn that into a huge buff for these two guys. Alright, so let's hit the 4th Solar Power ability. that destroyed the thing down here, the Exert 6 token. It destroyed the creature because the Exert 6 just basically does that. And let's take a look if we can win the game here. Either way, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click confirm, like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Share this with all your friends, guys. We really appreciate those things. And that's it from us. Good gaming, guys.